Hey everybody, welcome back to Green Radio. I'm Rich. Drew's over here off cam. You can see a little, there you go, panning over to him now. Earlier we talked with Julia and the staff over at Herbal Remedies in Westminster about the ban that was going on here in Colorado. And now we are over at Sensible Colorado and Safer, and going to talk a little bit here with Brian Vicente, who is the founder of Sensible Colorado, and believe it or not, is a big player in what's happening here in the medical marijuana industry here in Colorado. So I'm going to ask Brian here a question, find out what's going on. Brian, we just got done over there at Herbal Remedies, and these guys are fighting for their lives over there at this point. They're not closing the doors. They're gonna, the city has asked them not to sue them. I don't know if they've told you that yet.
Really,
the city actually called them up on the phone and said, "Please don't sue us. We don't think we're in the wrong."
Ouch! Ouch!
I think you're in the wrong as soon as you make that call. So they're fighting for their lives over there, and we met them today, and they're doing a pretty good job. And wanted to come over and just get your input and how you feel about what's going on in the state of Colorado with these moratoriums, these bans, and where you think it's going and how it relates to the constitutional law here in Colorado.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, you're right. We're seeing a lot of action at the local level, right? And at the same time, simultaneously, the state is trying to figure out what to do with medical marijuana. But some towns have embraced medical marijuana facilities. Denver, Breckenridge, a lot of mountain communities.
Yeah.
Even Colorado Springs has taken a pretty solid look at it. Other places like Centennial, Aurora, Westminster have banned dispensaries, and other towns have put in place a moratorium. So it's kind of a patchwork quilt going on. But I think undoubtedly the towns that are banning dispensaries are acting illegally. You can't prevent people from accessing medical marijuana in your community. And beyond that, and so it fundamentally goes against the Constitution, which is where our medical marijuana law is. But the other side of that is I just think it's kind of unethical. We have a place like Westminster or Aurora basically saying, if you get cancer, get on the bus. Get out of town, because we're not going to help you here. We're not going to allow you to access the medicine your doctor thinks that you need. So that to me is just kind of disgusting. It shows a lack of compassion by the local city council and city government, and I think they need to rethink their actions.
Yeah, and no more emergency meetings. Let's educate and then maybe make a decision instead of making a decision and then trying to get educated. We're going the wrong way. The other thing that is going on is legislation's coming up here after the first of the year. Everybody's talking about getting together, and I know Rob Corey's got Colorado Wellness Organization, and they're literally trying to introduce legislation on our behalf that shows what the dispensaries need. We're not afraid of being regulated or anything like that. We do want the regulation. We want to pay taxes. What do you see coming out of legislation over the next 6 months here in the state of Colorado?
Yeah, well, I think we're going to see two different bills this year. And I actually had lunch with Rob, and I don't think they're actually working on writing their own bill. But there's a group of us that are all working collectively: Sensible Colorado, Colorado Wellness Association, Colorado's Medical Marijuana Regulation, different CPPC, a number of groups are trying to influence the legislation that's coming out. So we're going to have a bill by Senator Chris Romer, which I think is going to be somewhat patient and caregiver friendly. Probably not as great as we would like it, but we're going to work to influence that. And then we're going to have a separate bill from law enforcement. And it's going to be the DAs and law enforcement, and frankly probably Governor Ritter, who is a DA himself, underwriting it. And it's going to be very negative, and it's going to attempt to destroy dispensaries by bringing back the 5-patient cap, preventing caregivers from helping more than 5 people. So, our efforts are going to be focused on battling that bill, preventing them from destroying dispensaries, and also influencing Romer's bill. And then the other factor here is we are also crafting an initiative, which we are considering putting on the 2010 ballot statewide, which would be the ideal medical marijuana regulation bill. And we're working with Rob Corey and
Okay, so that's what everybody's talking
about. And other
about.
people to really put together the best bill that would protect great dispensaries like Nature's Medicine and others, and would really help increase patient access. So, it's going to take a lot of money and time for us to put that on the ballot, and we hope we don't have to. We hope we'll get a decent bill through the legislature, but we're not going to let dispensaries fall off the map in Colorado. So if we have to fight, we will.
Yeah, where are these guys coming up with this crap that they can limit to 5. But they don't want you to grow in their cities. They don't want you to help other people. They want to limit what you're doing as far as growing and where you can grow at, but then they don't want to have you help more than 5. If you only can help 5, there's going to be a shitload more people out there doing it.
Well, I can understand this. I mean, we got 30,000, they're saying 29,000 applications have been turned in. There's 15,800 patients right now, but they've got 29,000 applications. So let's just assume 4 months from now, when they finally finish up those 29,000 applications, they'll have another 20,000 they'll be back ordered with. But let's just think logically. If we went to 5 patients and we have 30,000, or 5 patients per caregiver and we have 30,000 patients, to me that means I need 6,000 caregivers. So 6,000 caregivers, okay, that's like, this will turn into Mendocino County if you go that way, because then everybody has to grow marijuana. There will never be a secure site like they want, or have it in agricultural zoning like they want. Everybody will be growing marijuana with that. It's just not a smart move. And not only will everybody be growing marijuana, but the ones that don't do it very well, haven't been educated, don't know about the molds, and you know, and the things that go on with growing medicinal marijuana. I mean, that could really hurt the patients, and we definitely need to think about all that in general. I think, you know, everybody's really scared about what's happening, and they see it going so fast. And I look at the government had their chance to do anything they wanted when almost within the first 7 to 8 years of this thing passing. They could have done whatever they wanted. We've talked before, and I've told Drew, I said, listen, in any other corporation, when you're rolling out a new project, McDonald's rolling out a new burger, we're going with the bacon cheese $6 burger. Well, there's a corporate manager that goes out and meets with his regionals, and those regionals meet with their store managers, and their store managers meet with their assistants. And it's a trickle-down theory, so everybody's on the same page. And Colorado could have easily done that and sent their representatives out to each city. They could have started zoning then, before we did it all ourselves. We waited. We finally had to take care of business because we had so many patients that were just suffering and not being able to get their meds and didn't feel safe getting it on the streets. And this 5-patient thing is, once again, could put them back on the streets and put businesses like Herbal Remedies, Nature's Medicine, the Healing Center, Mile High, and many others out of business. And that's very concerning. And we know Mason also, he rooms here with you in the same building.
Yeah.
And
he's a partner in crime here.
Right, and we love what he's doing, and we hope to hear a lot more from you guys. And we understand you guys are going to be working really hard this next year. And it's going to be tough to get a hold of you guys, but any questions, you can always email you, right? What's your email?
Definitely. Just brian@sensiblecolorado.org.
Okay. Any questions? He may not be able to get back to you right away. He is a very busy man here in the state of Colorado. This is where most things are happening in the nation right now is the state of Colorado. We are, everybody's watching us because we're going to make history here, aren't we?
I mean, absolutely. Yeah, we already are.
Yeah, it's great. This is not something, we'll take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward, but we're going to get to our goal eventually. The patients, the dispensary owners, the wellness centers, everything will end up being in place, and people will be able to get their medicine, and that's the most important thing.
We appreciate what you do out there, man. 100%.
It's a team effort, man.
Well, thank you for having us down. And we're all working together. And guys, don't be afraid to log on to Sensible Colorado. Log on to all your sites. Figure out what's going on in the state of Colorado. Get off your asses, okay? Yes, I know, I just swore, but it's okay. Get off your asses. This is the internet. Get down to your local official offices. You know, vote. Get registered to vote. Do what it takes. It's not just about voting for a president, okay, every 4 years, let's go out and vote. There is a lot of elections going on every month, every day, for board members, city council members, in every city around the state. Check to see what's going on. Get involved. Write your congressman. Like I said, you can visit the Sensible Colorado. You can visit naturesmedicine420.com and greenerradio.org and get
the Medicine LLC.
Yeah, and get these congressmen's names that you can write to and your city officials and get involved, because that is what's going to change this whole thing, is you out there speaking. And to all those people that are really high up in society, your actresses, your actors, your lawyers, your judges, guys, we need you to come forward, because this is what's going to help push this thing to a whole nother level. We need those unstereotypical smokers to come out of the closet. and literally say, this is for the best.
Stiletto stoners.
Yep. All right. We look forward to seeing you next
Joyzy
time.
girls.
Yeah.
The stilettos.
Yep. Thank you very much for visiting Greenery. We hope you enjoyed the video today with Herbal Remedies and Brian Vicente of Sensible, Colorado. Have a great night. We'll see you soon. And next time you hear from us, you'll be seeing the New Year's party on. Stay tuned for that, because shit's going to get crazy. Peace out.
Laters.